Whoops. Hail to thee, my kindred. I hope you're all having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and night, wherever and whenever you are. I forgot to turn on the music, and the music is kind of loud, even on my end. So I'm gonna turn that a little bit down. Let's see, how far do we gotta go? Gonna see if this right here. That seems alright. That seems pretty alright. How are you all doing? How are you all doing? Because I am doing okay. I'm doing alright. I need to pull up the chat on my phone, because apparently OBS does not wish to work very well right now. I don't know why it's just dark. Just a block of darkness on the little chat log thing. But hey, whatever. I found this game on itch.io. I wanted to play it. It is a similar story to what I've told about many other different games, and there doesn't seem to be a size changer for this game. It's practically full screen on my end, but not entirely, not technically. But hey, that's quite alright. If the game volume is far too loud still, despite me turning it down, which I did kind of turn it down significantly so, at least I think I did. It's looking like it's pretty down low on my end. I could turn it down a notch, just a little bit more. It should be louder though, I am pretty confident in that. Kinda forgot what this game was about when I read the synopsis. I believe, if I remember right, these two gals, they work in a cafe where people fall asleep, and I think they turn people's, I don't know if it's their nightmares or their dreams into things that they can eat to help them with their sleep problems, I think. Something like that. At least I'm pretty sure that was the synopsis for the story. I don't remember either of these two's names, if the synopsis did mention their names. But it looked like a cute game, cute little game, probably very short from what I can tell. Outside of that, let's see, let me talk about my day a little bit, I suppose. It was raining. And because it was raining, it was quite cool. It was around, I'd say 50 something degrees, dropped down to 40 something when it started to rain. Which, I do like that kind of weather. I like it when it's cool because of the rain, but when it's just like normal cold, no bueno. When it's cool though, because of the rain, that's nice. That's prime warm drink weather. My head is just a little bit, I don't know why. I got too much hair on my head now. I gotta get rid of it, gotta shear it off, gotta go meh with the machine. The darn machine. Damnable machine. I just ate before stream started. You know those little mini muffins that come in that white bag? I forget the brand, the name. But they're mini muffins, right? Mini muffins, there come 4. There used to be 5. I remember it. I remember when those little bags used to have 5 muffins in them instead of freaking 4. And they took that away. Although the muffins they have now do seem to be more, how do I say this? Not high quality, that's the wrong word. They're smoother looking. They're more perfect looking, which is a little bit strange in my opinion. I remember when they were kind of less perfect looking as well. But now they're just more perfect looking, which I find a tad bit odd. I suppose that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that inherently. Let's get on with the game, I think, and actually, we can wait a little bit more. Was there anything else I was doing on this fine day? Oh, whoops, I keep playing a video that I had there watching for a little while before stream started. I need to make sure I don't have any extra tabs up, because that's a bit of a problem. Just a little bit, teeny tiny problem. I kind of can't remember what I did the rest of the day. I didn't take a nap like I usually do, so I just kind of remained somewhat sleepless. Drank a little coffee, and by a little I mean like an entire mug. one mug. So this other mug that I have next to me now shall be the second one of today. Did I say today or the day? I guess it doesn't matter. Either or is technically correct. I feel like I forgot something. You know what? It's probably not important if I forgot it. Probably. Let's hope. Alright, let me go on with this game. Oh, okay. Settings. I probably could have checked things here. Window, full screen. It's fine the way it is. Accessibility, text box, whatever that word is, opacity. I don't know why I struggled with that. Music volume, sound volume, text. Yeah, all should be fine. Play the game. Cafe in the Clouds. When the curtain of the night lifts, a sleepy town wakes by the gentle glow of morning. The townsfolk go about their days, shedding the patchwork quilt of a night's myriad of dreams. However, when the townsfolk fall in a deep slumber once more, the visions of night come out to play. The fantasies of wondrous reverie entertain those who have nothing to worry about. Yet the troubled fear how their nighttime tales will unfold. Luckily, in a quiet corner of the town lies Cafe Nemo, a cozy cafe that greets anyone who visits with a warm meal and a warmer atmosphere. Gosh, I feel like I'm gonna struggle reading this one out for some reason. Their dreamy dishes and a mellowy milieu offer a soothing repose from troubled, busy lives. Should any uneasy lives trail the starlit streets for the cafe's incandescent aromas, they'll find two cooks with open arms. Spoonful of sugar in a most delightful way. Ding! Remery! Take a look, the tarts are done. In a minute. I'll go ahead and set up some on display. Would you like to taste one? Later, please, I assume she just kinda stuffed those right into her mouth. How is it? Somnia, that's hot. I can grab my own, Do you think I used too much jam? No, the portions are well balanced. The jam you made this time has a better consistency, so the tart shells held together nicely. You also took my advice on making a thicker, lighter tart shell. Huh, good work. Ah, you flatterer. Your tips are always top-notch. I can always count on your sharp palate for tasting, Remy. Well, of course. Regardless, you should know better than to handle the tarts that are too hot to touch. Despite that, I can't say no to Somnia's desserts. My, Remy, you've been in... There I go, already messing up. My, Remy, you've been at inventory count for quite a while. Allow me to finish it up instead while you take a breather. It's fine, Somnia. I know you think... I won't take no for an answer, Remery. You've been preparing since 5 a.m. That is, pretty normal from what I hear about cooks. Gotta start early. Besides, we seem to be early on setting up shop anyways. There's no harm in taking breaks, is there? So if you would, please sit down, relax, and enjoy a fresh tart made with love. If you insist. There's no arguing, is there? Here, I just have the last page to check off on. Yes, ma'am. Oh, there are only 3 things left to check. Done, done, and done. If that's all, I'll go flip the sign outside for an early birds to arrive. For any early birds to arrive. Jeez Louise. A merry tune to toot. Ah! What's wrong? There's a person fallen over on the pavement outside. Damn. You know, kind of be like that sometimes. I don't blame him. You just kind of fall. Like that one episode of Adventure Time. We can't have bodies blocking the door for potential customers. Oh dear, are they okay? Are they... I'm alive. I do like the expressions on the characters, I have to say. We should bring them in. It won't do us any good having someone lying on the floor in front of our store. That it would not. So sorry. 1,000 apologies for the concern. Man, this character really is like me. Oh, I clicked something on accident. Return. They were napping? I think I made a... Did I not read something? Hold on, log. Okay, yeah. We're good. Were they sleeping on the pavement outside? Let's see. Would you happen to know a cafe around here called Cafe Nemo? Welcome! Welcome. We're technically not open for the day yet, but since you're here, is there anything we can get started for you? Oh yes, I heard rumors that the cafe recently reopened for business again. It's been, what, 5 years? It's been so long, I can hardly contain my... excitement. 5 years? Why, that's around the time when she... Let's see now. I'll have this sherry tart and egg pudding pasta with strawberry chives. That's the special menu item of the day, right? Yes, you are correct. Would you like your order for here or to go? For here. Alright. Luckily, there's still a half hour before the store opens proper, so we have time to fulfill your request. Kindly please follow us to the back. I wonder what's in the bag. What's in the bag? What's in the bag? Beyond the cafe's inconspicuous back door and past the checkered tiles of the kitchen was a curious room, simultaneously deep and light, and unfamiliar yet intimate. It was an office of sorts, dimly lit. It housed a bed as its centerpiece, a decorative mirror to taste, and a long Odin cabinet. The two cooks shut the door for their client, and the three of them became enveloped in the velvety deep. It was time to begin. This place. Wow, it looks much more different than what I remember. Welcome to Slumberworks. Here we specialize in investigating strange sleep patterns and behaviors. Tell us, what ails you? Well, first I would like to ask if Miss Nemo is present? Oh, I assume this Miss Nemo is just, no longer alive or gone. One or the other. It could be both. Gone and dead. Unfortunately, she is currently away. We are her apprentices who will be taking care of the store while she's gone. However, you're in good hands. We provide this specialty service as partners. I am a Remery, dream specialist, and I am connoisseur of nightmares, Somnia. It's a pleasure to meet you both. I am Marcella Lapin. I wasn't aware she left behind apprentices, but... That's fine. If possible, I would like you two to help me, as she once did. You see, I've been having problems sleeping the past several nights. I would come home exhausted from work, climb into bed, only to endlessly toss and turn until morning comes, unable to catch even a wink of shut-eye. Is it Lapin because it's like a... I'm pretty sure Lapin is a type of rabbit, no? Or am I crazy? I feel like that's correct, but that might be incorrect at the same time, knowing me. I'll have to think about that. Actually, I can just search that up. Lapin... Yes, it is a rabbit. Okay, there is a Lapin rabbit. I think. Oh. Never mind. I mean... It certainly means something. But I don't think that's what this is referring to, if I'm being honest. Let me turn down the volume a little bit more on this. There we go. Should be enough for me to read. It was fine at first. I've pulled all-nighters before, but it has now been 2 weeks. I don't think my body can keep up with my brain anymore. It's been absolutely exhausting to do anything or get anywhere. I just want to sleep. Sleeping pills, music, exercise, and such have done nothing in my favor. I'm a very busy person, see. I have a lot on my plate, but I don't know what will become of me at this rate. No, dear. That sounds like a strong case of insomnia. I wonder, could it be a nightmare? Something vexing pulling at the heartstrings? Dreams made by a sleepless client. My, I wonder how they'll taste. What was that? Don't mind her. For now, we'll get our investigation started. Marcella, I'm going to need you to lie on this bed. Bed. Despite how comfortable it might be, I'm afraid I won't be able to fall asleep in it. Don't worry. We have ways of making you sleep. If you would please relax, I'll be lighting some incense now. Somnia carefully lit an incense stick, blew it, and placed it in a ceramic holder. The insomniac was skeptical to believe incense would work this time, but with nothing left to lose, they closed their eyes nonetheless. When we count to 3, you shall fall into a deep sleep. 1, 2, 3. Magic. The aromatic wisps that rolled out shimmered lazily against the glint of the office's few lamps, and seemed to be made of dream itself. As the smoke swirled up lazily into the air, the 2 cooks just a moment ago now began their work as dream eaters. Interesting little name. Dream eaters. I wonder what that entails, Does it perhaps have to do with dreaming and eating dreams? Whoa! I got you. Watch your step. It's a mess here. A dream would reflect a person's inner headspace, after all. Our client must really have a hard time arranging their thoughts, among other things. Sounds like someone I know. Don't think I didn't catch you this morning rearranging our already labeled pastry display. Aw, but it looks better when it's arranged by jam color. Anyway, we need to find our client. Where are they? I like how there's a little flower and a little bun. So they are, like, kind of bunny-inspired to some extent, I assume. Oh no, I'm late, I have to hurry. Dream Marcella. This assignment is due, and I have to fill out the report for... Oh, I need to pick up the... My, there's Marcella. It's practically up to their nose in paperwork. The client can't see us in their dream, but let's tail them. Oh, okay. Okay, we can click things. Somnia and Remery. This dream, my, it's like a wonderland. Don't get lost now, Psalms. Here, take my hand. Let's see if there's anything else we can click on. No, so let's click on Lapin over here. And there's the kids' practice. I need to arrange the bouquet. Class has been cancelled, but darn, they're too fast. And what's with these bunnies? Little bunnies! I love them. Already, I love this. Oh, they're so cute. Me and Insomnia are on the same page. Now what? We can't start cooking, much less collect any ingredients in this condition. Well, maybe we can learn something from these adorable dream whipped cream fluffies. Fruffles. I read that as fluffies and not fluffles. Fluffle of bunnies. A fluffle. I don't think that's what you call a group of them, but you know what? I could believe that. A fluffle of rabbits. Talk with... You know what? Let's save. What about Somnia? She seems to be more excited. Hello there, cuties! Would you mind letting us pass? We have an important mission and need to speak with our client up ahead. Mission? 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 Mission! Do you know Big Sib? Marshy? So cool! Marshy? Could they be talking about Marcella? We sure do. Your sibling asks us for help when we need to reach them. May I ask you, dearies, to kindly scoot over? Marshy's the greatest. They do so much. They're the hardest worker ever. We're gonna work hard too. Let's support Big Sib. The bunnies scamper off, kicking up clouds along the two intrepid Dream Easter's path in the shape of a selection of apple slices. Each slice's ruby skin was daintily cut to mimic the adorable silhouette of a bunny. I've seen these before and they seem kinda hard to make. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I could do it. I'd cut myself, most likely. Our first ingredient is freshly cut apples. Ooh, I wonder if we get to bake apple pie with this. We'll see exactly what we can work with once we find more ingredients. Now pocket this sweet snack for now. Thank you very much. They got tails, I didn't notice that. Did they say anything different? Oh my, I could just stare at those bunny cuties all night. Or rather, all morning? It's a shame, but the incense will only last us so long before our client wakes up. Sorry about that, I had to burp. Hey, Remy, we should go to a petting zoo for our next date. Get all fuzzy and fluffy. That sounds like a good idea, but first, let's focus on our job. This one has glasses on. A clock? What an odd-looking clock tower. I wonder just how long it goes. Unfortunately, the bottom of the tower is obscured by the clouds. Okay, they say the same thing. Stacks of paper. Okay, let's continue on. There's our Lapin, very stressed. And there's our client. And I have to find my report and buy the medicine for little Whitney. Oh, and this whole place is an absolute mess. Marcel sure has a lot on their plate. Perhaps we can help them out. Let's see. They're looking for a report, trying to get medicine to one of the siblings. Oh, and they want to clean up this entire area. That last task sounds like a bit of a handful. Oh, come on, Remy, it'll be fun. After all, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, I know. It's your favorite song. Let's just get to work. Clock. Could this be part of the same clock tower from earlier? With all its curves and twists, it really is a sight to behold. Bunny! Peevish bunny. Our younger sis hasn't been feeling well lately, but she's weak to the taste of medicine, so she tries to lie her way out of it. How spoiled. Studious bunny. Our parents really are really busy, so Marshy's been taking care of us in their stead. I'm the second oldest, but recently I've been away for school. I hope Marshy is doing alright. And Clumsy Bunny. I have my paint, but where to start? Looks like this one's a little preoccupied with talking to themselves. Mounds of papers. The client's going to be awake by the time we clean through this mess. How about we ask these little bunnies, Marcella's little siblings, to help out? Well, it's definitely worth a shot. Hang on, there's a book in the pile of papers. There's a name written inside. Maddie. Do you think that's one of the bunnies' names? How cute! We should hang on to it just in case. Do we have an inventory of some kind? I don't know if we do or if we don't. I imagine that belongs to the studious bunny anyways. Talk to Bunny. Okay, ask for help. Hello there! Would you mind helping us clean up these papers for your big sib Marshy? Why, yes, I'd love to help. Marshy already has a lot on their plate, so this is the least I could do. Okay. Bottle of medicine. This must be the medicine that we have to give to Marcella's sisters. The label says drink me. You got the sherry medicine. That shit always tastes bad, I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't matter. You know, the grape ones, the grape flavored medicines taste slightly better, but not by much, man. Not by much. The aftertaste is always just bad. I hated those. And the question is, which one of these siblings needs a dose? I guess we'll just have to go around and ask. I'll let you do the talking. Give the medicine. Medicine? Me? I'm not the sick one. Give it to little Whitney. Whitney. Are they somewhere back here? Ah, we found more buns. Quiet, Bunny. Talk to them. Hey. Can they not hear me? They look like they're occupied in trying to find something. I can't find my favorite book. A blue book, huh? Well, we found this book in the pile of papers over there earlier. Are you Maddie? Oh yes. Yay, you saved the day. I did, huh? Aw, Remy, you look so happy. How sweet. Let's just focus on the task at hand, alright? I mixed up my favorite book for another one. Here, you can have it. Could this be the report Marcella was looking for? I don't think this looks to be a report as much as it is a planner. Oh gosh, just look at this calendar. It's been filled to the brim with events. You can tell those are supposed to be events. All the pages are a complete mess. I can't even read the handwriting. I guess even in a dream our client doesn't feel very organized with their life. Let's return the planner to Marcella after we finish with the other tasks. Something fell out of the pages. Looks like a family photo. Marcella smiling while surrounded by their 5 younger siblings. Isn't that the sweetest thing? You got some fine herbs. Okay, what is this one doing? Energetic bunny. Talk to the bunny. Wee! Wee! Just look at his little feetsies. I like that. That little one is going to get hurt jumping around like that. I'm sure she knows what she's doing. Wee! Ouch! Ow, watch it. Oh, sweetie, slow down and please be careful. I'm fine. Wee! Kids these days. Now. Ask for help. Wee! Wee! It seems a bit difficult to catch this little one's attention right now. Maybe this one's the one that needs medicine. Let's see. Because it seems like, they're pretending maybe to be energetic, so give medicine. Little Whitney, I heard someone's not feeling good and needs to take her medicine. What? I'm fine. Look how fast I can run. The only running I see is your high fever. No, no, I don't want my medicine. Now, you have to be strong so you can be healthy and play outside. Open up. It it doesn't taste all that bad. See, that's a good girl. I hope you feel better soon. Thanks, lady. Let me guess, you added some sugar. Can you help us now? We can't ask little Whitney to help. The thing she needs right now is some proper rest. True. Excuse me. Oh? It's the bunny that wanted the blue book. Hi there, Maddie. What's wrong? Since little Whitney is sick, I can help clean up instead. I just finished my book. I'll be right over. My, how responsible. Thank you, darling. Well, that helps us out. Who needs a planner? Clumsy bun. Ask for help? Hi, would you mind helping us clean this place up for your big sib? Oh, before that, can I ask for a favor as well? Sure, sweetie. What is it? You see, I wanted to give Big Sib Marshy a gift for all she's done for us. Big Sib Marshy's favorite color is red, but all the colors here are white. I brought some paint earlier, but I'm not sure where to start. Could you help me color 7 flowers? What a lovely idea. We'll be sure to do that. Painting the flowers. Well, I guess it's the thought that counts. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, 4. Where's number 5? 5, 6, and 7. There, that should be the last rose we needed to paint. Well, yeah, 7 is 7, right? 7! I love 7. Oh, they're beautiful, Remy. Honestly, it wasn't too bad, like brushing a savory glaze to vegetables. You glaze vegetables? I didn't know that was a thing that could be done. Let's go check on the bunny who asked for the favor. This one. Oh, thank you, thank you. The red roses are so pretty. I hope Big Sib Marshy likes them. And I didn't forget your request. I can help clean up too. Peevish bunny. Ask for help. Hello, could you help us move some of that big pile of papers for your dear Big Sib Marshy? I guess if it's to help out Big Sib Marshy, then... And there we have it. Okay, we should be able to return... Hold on. We did it! The place looks so much nicer now. How is Marcella feeling? And I still have to remember to go there and pick up that and call the... There's more tasks to do? Remy, look! To the dismay of the investigative duo, the oppressive atmosphere of has debris returned, undoing all the progress they had made. The two Dream Eaters paused to gather their bearings as they became overwhelmed once more by the clutter. All our hard work. What could we be doing wrong? Even in the planner, the pages are just becoming covered with more and more scribbles. Perhaps it's not the tasks themselves that are the problem. What, so they don't want our help? Help? Why would I need help? These are my responsibilities. I took on the task so I can finish the job myself. There they go again. Let's go, Remy. We mustn't lose them. Why did I give her like a somewhat British accent there? Only somewhat of a British accent. Just in the distance there. Yeah, there they are, Remy. On the top of that tower. What can Marcella be doing up there? Let's see, we can't interact with anything else, it seems, so... Let me have a little zippy of my cafe. It's nice and warm. Not hot, but warm. And I like warm. I do feel my throat getting already a little bit, how do you say? Like tired. I, I can't keep up with this anymore. My list keeps growing and growing, but the little ones, they're all depending on me. Big Sib, we're hungry, hungry. The bunnies here, they're not acting like the ones from earlier. Big Sib, do you know where my shirt is? It has to be my favorite shirt. The kids are growing up, and that means their needs are growing too. I can't let them down by there simply isn't enough time in the world to get all these things done. I can't afford to fall asleep, there's so much work left to be finished. While the music is a little bit on the louder side here, not gonna lie. My ears are ringing. Big Sib, can we go to the park? No, I want to go to the movies. Resting now means I'll be wasting my time. Big Sib Marshy is the oldest, so they can do anything. Everything. I have to keep going. Oh, dearie, so the issue with cleaning wasn't the problem after all. Yes, it seems much deeper than that. The root of the issue lies in the sibling bunnies. Remery, how could you? Don't you dare blame these sweet children. I'm not blaming them, I'm just thinking out loud. We have to consider why the bunnies are in the client's worried dreams to begin with. Marcella obviously cares a lot about their siblings, but their perception here is different from our previous interactions. Our client has been so focused on meeting everyone's demands that they hadn't the time to sleep. Time! Somnia, the clocks! Let's go check on all the clocks. You're right. There certainly were a lot of clocks in his dreams. The numbers are obscured beyond readability, but the miniature hand is stuck in one position just like the other clock. Maybe we need to get all the clocks' times to match up? How can we do that if we can't move the minute hand? We'll figure it out, Remy. There has to be a way. Let me, lower the music volume a little bit. There we go. That makes it a little less, just a little less harsh on my ears. The position of this clock is different from the other one in the room. The numbers are rough and difficult to read. How are we meant to tell the time? The minute hand isn't moving. I think it's stuck. Oh, but it looks like I can move the hour hand freely. Nothing seems to happen when I do, though. Now let's check the other clocks, too. Can't check that one on top. One of the four prominent clock faces. The numbers have been clouded beyond readability. Currently, the hour hand is facing down, while the minute hand remains stuck facing up. One of four prominent clock faces, the numbers have been clouded beyond readability. The current clock hour, currently the hour hand is facing up, while the minute remains stuck facing down. Let's see if they have anything to say. So all of the clock faces are part of one spiraling clock tower, waving in and out through the dream. You could say Marcella's a time traveler. Haha. Now's not the time for such joking around. We need to figure out the secret to these asymmetrical clocks. And I wonder if there's a way to match the clocks up. If only we knew to what time. I'm sure we can find a time if we just ask around. The energetic bun is like chill now. It's a little sleepy. What a sleepy little bun. Aw. Cute. That's cute. Aw, she's fast asleep now. How do you fall asleep inside a dream? I don't know. It's a dream bunny. It's 9 o'clock. I just finished reading the bedtime stories with Whitney. Oh, that was a real yawn right there. Goodness gracious. Me faking a yawn made me yawn. Now I'm feeling sleepy too. Okay, so it's 9 what? Wait, hold on. 9 o'clock. Inspect the clock. We need to move the hour and the minute. The hour has been moved to face up, while the minute hands remain stuck facing down. The clock was moved, but nothing happened. I think I did that wrong. Move it to the left. The hour hand has been moved to the left, while the minute hand remains stuck facing down. Oh, it's upside down. Okay, I get it. We have to move it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My bad. I moved it to the wrong place. I didn't even look at the clock. Move it to the right. The hour hand has been moved to face right, while the minute hand remains stuck down. The clock hand was moved, but nothing happened. That is 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. What time is it? It's obviously 9 o'clock. Okay, so move all of the clocks to 9. Inspect. Move it to the left. The hour has been moved to face left, while the minute remains stuck facing up. The clock has moved, but nothing has happened. This one's already on 9, but the minute one is the one that has to change to be facing... which one? Hold on, no. Never mind, I'm tripping. It needs to go looking up. Let's see. Hour, hand up. There we go, we moved that facing up, but nothing happened. And then inspect this one. Move it down. The hand has been moved faced down, while the minute hand remains stuck facing left. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's right there as well. As the final clock struck 9, the machinery whirred to life, filling the air with the dull clanking of brass gears and spinning axles. I almost said ankles, I don't know why. The various clock faces occupying the dream space seemed to react to at once, winding their hands with incredible speed. Finally settling on one time, the clock hands began to move in sync once more. The gentle clicking of each sound echoing in unison was simply harmonious. Remy, look! Take a look! All the clocks are moving again. Oh, and what's this? Another ingredient. We got eggs? Clockwork eggs. I don't know if that's supposed to be a reference to some kind of kitchen thing. I know there are the egg timers, the little timers that are egg-shaped, but that's about it. That's a relief. My hunch was right after all. So Marcella had a warped perception of time, which fueled their pressure to keep working at the cost of their sleep. Time flies when you're having fun. I wouldn't describe our client's experience as fun. Well, it sounds like dear Marshy needs a good break. Fast. She's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me with these puns, and I don't know what to do about that. I'll let it slide. Haha, but you're right. It seems a brief respite from their busy life is in order. And I have just the dish for this dream. Now with the clockwork eggs as the centerpiece, I believe we have the necessary ingredients for a proper morning dish. Didn't we only collect, like, apples, some herbs, and then eggs? Ooh, I'm so excited. Let us be off to the wishing kitchen. I'll pocket these pretty eggs for now. Ah, Samnia, are you okay? What's the matter? Some of the eggs, they have little stuffed bunnies in them. Is that all? You really had me worried there for a second. Yes, this could mean we can only have 2 clockwork eggs to cook with. Only 2 eggs. I'll have to be cautious while I'm cooking. I have total faith in you, Remy. You can do it. But of course. Okay. Alright, let's begin whipping up a dream dish out of what we got. As we learned from Marcella's dream, time seems to be the center of their woes. Woe be upon ye. And they appear to be in a state of perpetual disarray, unable to keep up with their ever-growing list of tasks. Why did I read find? If we can eat away the worry, perhaps they'll feel less uneasy. Right, dream dishes are fickle, so we have to make sure we use the right ingredients. One wrong step and we'll have to start over. This time we're a bit low on eggs, but let's do our best. We should aim for a 5-star dish. If you feel stuck, Remy, we can bounce off ideas together. Just talk to me, okay? Alright, so I guess I just gotta mix and match until I get the right thing. I'll save, just in case. And my throat's getting dry. Or it hurts. A little bit. I'm not very good with just switching up voices like that. Not at all. Eggs finally decorated with a thin gold paint and what looked to be clockwork hands. Okay, 1. Sherry ooze. It says sherry on the label, but the bitter smell hints otherwise. Damn it. One, 2, 3, 4. Nope. Ah, damn it. Okay, so this is gonna be tricky. Where does this get placed? Are we missing one ingredient? Is that the issue here? Okay, delicately aromatic herbs that will add a light layer of woodsy flavor to any dish. Let's see, this. I feel like the eggs go first, right? It's not a dragon click, it's just click. You know what? I think yap with me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. A breakfast egg dish. Oh, what about an omelet? What do you think, Remy? I think they titled the thing there because that's Remery and that was Somni speaking to Remy. We gotta get to 5 stars. What's wrong, Remy? I feel like there's something missing. An ingredient, perhaps. See, I feel like that was like, I was thinking the exact same thing. Shall we take a longer look around then? Okay. Giant strawberry. Doesn't that moon look peculiar? Those weird spots and pinkish hue. Is that a strawberry? Could it be an ingredient? Let's extract it. Squinting up against the moonlight, Somnia reaches and places her hand against the night sky, pinching the distant moon between her fingers. Like a manipulation of perspective or a magic trick, one pluck was all it took for Somnia to retrieve the sherry. You got a creamy sherry. Okay, that's one thing. I like how it's so cute. So cute. I just can't get over it. I want to learn how to draw little bunnies so that I can just draw little bunnies all day. Okay, not really all day, but like at least once or twice. I gotta keep a keen eye out for ingredients. Maybe not. Let's see if we can actually cook something up. We might be missing... We're missing one thing. Because they did say, you know, go for a 5-star. And 4 is good, but I want to go for that 5. I want to go for that 5. I think I'm missing one more thing. I don't know where it could be, though. I gotta scour for it. Can't do anything with the sherry thing. Sleep well. Looks like Maddie fell asleep with the book still in their hands. They must really treasure that book. Big Sib Marshy never once complained about supporting us, but I don't think it's fair that they never seem to catch a break. School is hectic, but once I graduate, I hope I can support Big Sib Marshy and the others more. And become a bread earner in the household? Yes, I'm learning to be a baker. Going to college for a bakery? I mean, I guess culinary schools are a thing. I don't know about college, though, but college culinary, I guess that makes sense. Now, our family runs a flower shop, so I've been trying to learn more about flowers. Red roses mean love, and I hear Big Sib Marshy say you can also give roses to someone you respect. Remy, remember when you sent me 24 red roses? It was so romantic, I still giggle thinking about it. Well, I only want the best for my partner. There has to be one more thing. One more ingredient? This one's kind of wilted, this little flower. I don't think you can see it behind me. Actually, can you see anything behind me? Well, you can see the rabbit there. That's about it. I'm like so certain that there's like one more ingredient that we're missing. Oh, this is... I don't know why I didn't see these little rabbits before. Maybe I'm thinking about this a little too hard. We still have this sherry ooze. Voila! There we go. Okay, so if you interact with... Okay, that's cool. I was gonna see if she could tell me one more thing to see if I can get, like, a little bit more evidence, but no, it turns out you just gotta talk to her and she does adds a little flair to the food. Voila! What did you do? Just a bit of Somnia magic. I feel like it was missing something earlier. In this case, a spoonful of love. Ah, such a dreamy looking dish. I almost don't want to eat it. Not bad at all. Next time I'll be expecting more. I think I've had an omelette with like apples before. Well, an apple, not apples. I don't think I could eat more than one apple in a sitting, unless they were small. If they're small apples, then I guess I could eat two. The omelette came out great! Not my best work, but I admit it does look enticing. Why don't you have it? We both know dreams are harder to come by than nightmares, so help yourself. I thank you, Somnia. What's with that sad look? Eat up and enjoy. I will. Bonne nuit et bon appétit. Okay, that is French, man. I don't know how to speak French. All I know is how to say je suis une pomme. That's all I know how to say. Je suis une pomme. Soft, warm eggs wrapped in a delicate fold and perfectly seasoned. The freshly cut fruit serves as a crisp, light flavor in contrast to the richness of the eggs. This is sure to brighten up anyone's morning, especially if they had a tiring night before. I hope with this we're able to eat away some of Marcella's worries. I hope so too. The Dream Eaters feasted on the hearty dish conjured from the client's suppressed worries and anxieties. Somnia prepared an inspired dish in the adjacent kitchen, in eager anticipation for the client to wake from their repose. Slowly Marcella rose from the bed as the incense fizzled out to a small ember. You're awake. Or how are you feeling after your nap? Hungry. That's to be expected. Fortunately, we've prepared a special dish for you. If you would please follow me back out to the front. Oh, this is delicious. That reminds me of when I first came here and had sleep consult with, what's her name again? Miss Nemo. Miss Nemo. Yeah, this dish really takes me back. Can you tell us how you two met? Well, it's been a while ago now. The years have flown by in the blink of an eye. And this is a bit of a personal story, but 5 years ago, my family was going through a rough time. It was hard for our parents to be home, what with their odd jobs keeping them busy. So I was given the responsibility of taking care of my younger siblings, but to be honest, it was pretty overwhelming. I'm not that many years older than our second oldest child, but suddenly all of them were looking to me to take care of them. What could I do? I couldn't turn my back on my family. And the stress of it led to a lot of sleepless nights. I was tired, sure, but there was nothing compared to letting my siblings down. That's when I stumbled across this cafe and met Miss Nemo. In a similar fashion, really. And there I was, stretched out on the pavement in front of Cafe Nemo. just history repeating itself, huh? When I woke up, I was inside the store, with a warm omelette and a comforting smile waiting for me. It was difficult balancing my responsibilities, but I felt a duty to take care of my siblings. When she found me, she was so concerned. I didn't realize how hard I've been pushing myself until, well, my exhaustion got the best of me. She really listened to my worries and offered me some words of wisdom. I was able to work hard and continue to support my siblings thanks to her advice. I also came back regularly to help myself to her specialty omelette. But here I am again, falling asleep in odd places, being consumed by worries once more. I can't let this happen again. I need to find the time to take care of myself so I can better take care of my siblings. I really can't thank you two enough for helping me with such kindness as Miss Nemo did years ago. Thinking back at it now, she did mention before she had taken on two kids of her own as apprentices. I suppose that must be the two of you. It's amazing how well you recaptured that flavor and nostalgia that I once felt years ago. I'm sure she would be proud. Well, we certainly had our fair share of caretaking stories. Miss Nemo treasured you two the same I treasured my siblings. She was a lovely soul. I hope she comes back soon for your sake. And that was a beautiful story. Do you think you could share more of your stories with us sometime? Yes, please. We love and miss her a great deal. I would love to hear your stories of Miss Nemo as well. I'll definitely make space in my schedule for a short routine visit. Perhaps I'll even bring my siblings. Little Whitney doesn't care much for sherry-flavored snacks, but no one could possibly deny your delectable sherry tarts. You know, when I took a nap when I took that nap earlier, I actually had what felt like a most wonderful, whimsical dream. I don't remember much of it now, but there were bits and pieces. Oh no, I'm going to be late. You know what? If today's visit has told me anything, it's that I think it's that I should take a day off to rest. The flower shop can go without me for a day. I like the. I know that like we've been with these characters for a while now, and I haven't really. I could have said this like a long while ago, but I do like their like cloth design, and green being one of my favorite colors. You know, there's a lot of green here. Maybe this like inner coat thing isn't really all that green. Maybe it's more like a blue, but I think it's green. It's like bluish green. Maybe it's more blue. Whatever. I like the color palette for Marcella. Rather than focus on trying to keep up, I honestly ought to step back and see if I can get help from my siblings with these tasks. It's the silliest thing. I even dreamt of a messy tea party and that my siblings were cleaning up the mess. But it's true. They've grown up to be very capable. I think they might be able to help around the house and the floral shop. Well, I should be going. Thank you so much for your services. Had to give her the nerd voice, by the way, because, you know, glasses. I bet, like, the creator of this would have probably given her a lovelier voice than... would have given them, I should say, a lovelier voice than I did. Canonically speaking, I assume they probably would have a lovelier voice than my little nerd voice. I should go easier on the voices, though. Maybe I should push the microphone a little bit more back. Yeah, so that I can kind of just sit up straight and talk just forward. Phew, all in a day's work. Right, Remy? It's funny. Marshy reminded me a little of you, working a little too hard at times. You ought to take a card from Marshy's book and take it easy. Have some fun now and then. I think you have enough fun for the both of us. Now, don't tell me you didn't have fun in that dream. The cute bunnies cooking up a yummy dream dish? A new dream dish? It seems it's been a dreadfully long time since we've had a client. While I can't say the same about the cute bunnies, I do have to agree that the dream dish was quite good. Do I spy a smile turning the corners of your mouth? What? I do! You really liked the dish, didn't you? Of course, what's not to like about a dream dish? It's been quite some time since I indulged in one. Your magic certainly added quite a sweet and tangy flavor that I didn't expect, but welcome nonetheless. Remy, you don't need to be so bashful about enjoying something. You know, I only ever make delicious treats for you. Thank you, Psalms. It takes me back. It's been 5 years since Miss Nemo disappeared. Okay, so she straight up did disappear. Where the hell did she go then? Or is this like a test to see if they could run the shop without her? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, witches, they act different. They just be different when they do their stuff. So for all I know, this is a test. Starting the morning with a dish like this, it reminds me of when she would prepare fruit slices before opening. You remember something like that? Of course, the way you plated the plated the fruit slices on the client's dish. It's just like how she did it. I suppose it is, isn't it? Does Somnia really not remember? Starting the day with small delights from our mentor only ever brightened up my day. I suppose I'm glad it reminded you of her, if only for a little bit. You two were close, weren't you? It's only natural you'd pick up some of her tendencies. Right. For the usually bubbly Somnia to fall silent, well, it was certainly a rare sight to behold, and Remery quickly took note. Providing comfort was far from Remery's forte, but seeing Somnia so unusually despondent kindled a flame of determination within her. Somnia, we agreed to watch the store and wait for her, right? It's our duty to keep the store as warm and welcoming as it was before she left. I know it's hard to play the waiting game, but let's get to work, for the day she'll return. Until then, don't worry, you're not alone. I'll always stay by your side. Remy, you're such a charmer. Ahem. Aw, you're blushing. Soms, please, we need to get to work. We need to get the store ready. Whatever you say, Remery. There she goes. Chattering away, the Dream Eaters gathered their bearings for the start of another. Another day, another chance to see their mentor. I like how there's a little smoky wisp of, like, I imagine just from the kitchen. With the hope in their hearts, the two open up shop and wait to return of their old friend. And so Cafe Nemo resumes its day-to-day business, providing dreamy dishes to those whose hungers wish to be sated by delectable treats, and those who oh my god, my words, and those who what? Hold on, am I reading this right? I know there's been a little bit of a spelling error every now and again, but I think I feel like this is a word that I should know. And those who wander in with dreams composed of worries, fears, and woes will provide the same satisfaction to the Dream Eaters. That's it. Come on. I thought there was gonna be more. No. This is tragic. I was so into this. I was expecting like maybe three people that would come in. Nah, just the one. Just Lapin. Damnation. Well, that was fun though, while it lasted. Ah, that's a cute little... That one's cute. And they got a little cat. I got myself a paperclip. What is that quote? Ooh, snazzy. J, ideal gay guy. Okay, pitched corny JRPG style Bon Appetit ceramic karmic something. A sample frog. Apologies to the folks who had trouble with my clock puzzle. In actuality, it could have been worse. It wasn't bad at all. I feel like it would be hard. Like, the only thing that I didn't notice was the fact that like I had to read the actual clock in order to figure out, you know, how to spin it around. See you next time. Right, it's short because it was made for the the little competition thing. I don't think it's really a competition, and more so just a what do they call it? An event, I suppose. Well, that was that. That was cute. I like that. I enjoyed that very much. Kind of forgot the Itch.io page. I want to see if they've made something else. I guess I could just literally look up this game on Itch.io and then just click on the, click on the thing. What was the name called? What's the game called again? How am I forgetting? My stomach is making something happen. Cafe in the Clouds. Okay. Cafe in the Clouds. There we go. It was a submission to NaNoReno 2020. I wonder if that's still I imagine that's a thing that still goes on. And let's see what else. You can see the people that were obviously participated in making it, but I don't... Which one was the artist? Let me see. The art, background art, character concept art, character design was by Jay. Right, it was Jay. So Jay's got 2 other things, Moonlight Lobby and Space Rat. But those don't seem like full-on games to play. And then I suppose there's Cynthia, aka Mithridate, who did, what was it? The character concepts, character designs as well, worked on that, prop art and background. Right, I think I did download the game this person was a part of, Danganronpa Lapse. I suppose I could get on with that. Since, well, what else is there to do, really, right? Let me just get rid of this Oh, got rid of myself there on accident. Get rid of... Damn it, that's not the right thing either. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. I don't even know if this game... Did I... Hold on. I don't know if I even got it out of the file, because I need to extract the file if I didn't. What was it called again? Lapse. The spelling this name is hard. Danganronpa Lapse. Okay, so that is a thing. I hope I downloaded it. I really do. It should be in my folders. There it is. Extract this. Don't know how long this one will be, but I have a feeling it's gonna be noticeably longer. Because it is a Danganronpa game, and I know they take a bit. I mean, it's a fan game, sure, but you know what I mean. I assume it's gonna be roughly a somewhat lengthy story. Maybe not the longest, but something. Where's the game itself? This one? I think it was this one. It should run just fine. Run anyways. There we go. Okay, let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of... Ow, okay, that music needs to be turned the hell down. Holy shit. Mine ears are gonna be blown the fuck away. Jeez Louise. You can already Yeah, I gotta menu. Give me the menu so that I can turn down the music, please. Thank the gods, that's a thing I'm allowed to do. Holy moly, that hurt. Alright. Game capture. Let's see if this... There we go. Now we're working with something. There was a saying about working with something, but I forgot about it. Forgot what that something was. Working with fire, I think it is. Dangan. Ronpa. Lapse. There we go. Now I will skedaddle to use the restroom for a quick second. I'll leave the music on, I guess, and I'll be right freaking back. I return, and hail to V-Bot. How are ya doing there? I hope you are still there, and if you're not, that's fine. I understand. Oh, where's the streamer? Streamer here. I am streamer. Streamer there. Pointing. I'm pointing at the screen right now. You can't see it, but I am. Gone? No, it doesn't explode. What is that? That's just... What is... It's like something shaking its ass. I thought it was something exploding for 1 second. How are you? How's your day been, huh? I hope it's been alright. I just got through one game that was shorter than I thought it would be. It was like a short 30, maybe 40-minute experience of a game. And now I'm moving to this game, which is made by, or at least partially made by one of the people who worked on the last game I played. So I'm hoping this one's a little longer. Pretty good, actually. You say that, but then you put that face as, you know, an emoticon on the screen, and it makes me think you're being sarcastic. But then again, maybe you're not being sarcastic. I don't know. Is the music alright, by the way? I hope the music's fine. I feel like it's a little bit on the loud side, but it might be perfect. I don't know. I can't really tell because the music on my end is gonna be different than the music on your end. Let's see, text, blah, blah, blah. I think I need to also lower the sound volume a bit. Nah, today was better than you thought it would be. Music's a little loud though. Gotcha, gotcha. Let me just lower it on, right here. What about this? What about now? Is it doing alright there? Lowered it a smidge more on OBS. Tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. You know what that means? We get to just go through one more day and we hit the weekend. Just like the planes hit the towers. I don't know why I said that. Do not ask. A little louder, but it's better? How is it a little louder if it's... Hold on, what? Wait, are you telling me to make it a little louder? Or are you saying that it's a little louder than before? Because that doesn't make sense. You know what? I'll just put it on a... Make it louder? Now, okay, shit, bro. What about that? I raised it ever so slightly up. I might raise it ever so slightly more up. This has gotta be good. I feel like I found the sweet spot right there. My throat kinda hurts a little bit. But anyways, let me get on with the game. It's good now? Okay, good. New game with this game. I've never played a Danganronpa game in my life. Okay, the mini menu is located at the bottom of the screen. Right click. Damn. Didn't even let me finish. Got blue balled. Right on the spot. The heart of a man is very much like the sea. It has its storms, it has its tides and its depths. It has its pearls too. Vincent van Gogh. Wow. Ring, ring, ring. Your phone is ringing. Ring, ring, ring. Oh, what is that sound? Also, you expected... You clipped my 9/11 joke. You see you on Twitter/X later. Brother, I don't have any of those, but can you imagine that getting canceled before I even make a profile for Twitter? I just get on Twitter and people are like, "You're that guy." It's you, the guy. And I'm gonna be like, "Me? Who's me, the guy?" At least one for this channel, you know, for this for this whole thing. Damn, they're really like going off on that phone. Okay, that might be an alarm clock, not a phone. Damn, this fancy ass room we got here. I like the color, this kind of red. It's very nice. It reminds me of wine. I opened my heavy eyelids to an unfamiliar room. No. I guess I was asleep, but where am I? And this isn't my room. I turned my head to see a small, old-fashioned alarm clock on the nightstand. Its time read 7:30. 7:30? In the morning or evening? I reached over to stop the alarm when suddenly I felt a dull pain in the back of my head. Ow. Did we just get that, like... What just happened? Was it like that one meme of that one movie? you know, leave me alone! And I sat up from the bed to rub my head and shut off the alarm. The pain subsided quickly, and it was then did I fully take in my surroundings. I found myself in a comfortable room. Soft lighting rested against the warm-colored walls. The furniture was devoid of any dust or dirt, and the bed itself was extremely plush, and an unassuming painting hung just above my head. I scooted from the center of the bed, kicked my feet out from under the covers, and began pursuing the room for its amenities: a roomy closet, a small writing desk in the corner, and a single bathroom. It was overall a rather luxurious room without seeming overly elegant in its design. The room is comfortable enough, but how on earth did I get here? Am I imagining this? I hope I didn't hit my head. I went to the bathroom, turned the cold tap, and let my cupped hands fill with the crisp water before splashing my face. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Yo, we got highlights. I wish I had highlights. The chill snapped my senses awake as I took a moment to collect myself. Well, as far as I can tell, at least I'm in one piece. The One Piece? Is it real? Can we get much higher? So high. I noticed my everyday coat was on a hanger behind me. I pulled the coat on and adjusted myself. It wouldn't hurt to recall the basics. My name is Echo Pine. That is a very strange name. At least the first name is strange. Who the hell names their kid Echo? Pine I can get, that's like last names kind of be like that sometimes. But Echo? Come on. You can't tell me that shit was not on purpose. Clearly a thought out name. I'm a student at Calm Mind Institute, coming toward the end of my final year. Ah yes, you remember getting flashed by every One Piece character a while ago? That I too remember. I remember, whether I want to or not. My best friend is Ashley. Ashley! The last thing I remembered was seeing my best friend Ashley off for the day as she went to take care of her horses. Horse girl named Ashley. I wonder if she made it home all right. I admit I was a little less thorough in making sure she made it into her house that late afternoon, but I'm sure she's all right. Why would you have to worry about that? Or I hope. I racked my brain thinking about that evening. Birdie gal. Damn, the sound effects on this thing can be like hella quiet when they want to. Alright, thanks for the lift. And be careful with your ankle. I can't believe you insisted on driving even though it's sprained. It's no problem at all. Besides, my ankle is almost done healing, so it's no big deal. It's not like I drive with that foot anyways. I'm just worried since I can't walk you to the door. I wanted to see if Applejack was in a petting mood tonight. Applejack? Like the My Little Pony character? My house is right there. You don't need to worry. Her name is Ashley Westbridge. Now that sounds British, I'm not gonna lie. And if she is, I'll make sure to give the kitty a good scratching for you. It's not even a horse. It's a cat. A cat named Applejack. Alright, thanks. Night, Ash. Good night, Echo. Brick house. I left the car in park and watched as Ashley crossed the lawn. I declined putting any more strain on my left ankle since it was still recovering from a sprain, but I remained vigilant. Her porch light wasn't on, so as she got closer to the house, she faded into the evening shadows. I waited a few more minutes until I heard her front door close. Click. Okay, time to get back. And I shifted back into drive and let the wheels crawl before accelerating. But upon my slow graze across the gravel, I didn't see her living room light turn on. I was worried, but I was certain I heard her front door. Was I really certain, though? I remembered clearly driving off, not seeing her... Oh. Why did it do that? Unless I clicked on accident. Nothing. Suddenly, a darkness welled up inside me. Was I in this strange, unknown remote location because I didn't make sure my friend was safe in her home? No, that would be absurd. Those two things can't be linked together just because I was less cautious than usual. I combed through the room once more and realized I didn't have any of my personal possessions on hand or in the room itself. No phone to call Ashley to make sure she's okay. Sure, there was an ancient landline service phone in the room, but I didn't know where I was to begin with. And I started to panic. You know what? Fair enough, fair enough. If I was in some strange-ass fucking place that was even, a nice place, I too would be a little bit, questioning. Not panicky, but I'd certainly have a little bit of that little heart-skipping type of sensation. I had to get out of here. And I got so caught up in both my head and an unprovoked fear that I threw the door open with full force, nearly hitting the person just outside. And that person just happened to be... Whoa, watch it. Ash? Huh? Echo? And it was strange. The very friend I thought I suffered a consequence for not making sure they made it home safe was standing right in front of me for some inexplicable reason. Are you okay? I just noticed. That symbol on the door, I assume this is our door, is the same as the one on our jacket. So I assume this little thing is like... I assume every character is gonna have their own symbol. Gonna have to keep an eye on things. This one, I assume, is Ashley's symbol, and we're gonna see a door somewhere around here with her symbol, and that's how we can tell, oh, this is this person's room, that person's room, that sort of thing. Ashley Westbridge, a dear old friend of mine. She's what people would call a horse girl, which seems like a vague thing to call someone who just happens to tend to equines. That irreverent thought aside... Okay, but... yeah, of course I'm okay. But what about you? You're pale as a ghost. I just got a little worked up is all. I woke up in this unknown place and I thought it was because I didn't see your lights go on in your house before I drove off. I rattled off the thoughts that stirred my fears just moments ago. Echo, it's okay. You don't have to worry about a thing. I made it home to take care of Hyperion all in one piece. I was just a little tired is all, so I went straight to the stables behind the house and took the back door entrance. Sorry I worried you. Ashley wrapped me in a big familiar hug and I immediately felt calm. Thanks, Ash. I know I shouldn't get so worked up about stuff like that, but sometimes I can't help it. Is this the college that they mentioned before? I'm gonna have to make the assumption that it is. Which, strange college for us to just be, goddamn, the music's a little loud. Strange college for our rooms to be, like, like the way you tell a person's room is by their symbol. One thought led to another and I just jumped to the worst possible conclusion. Oh, Echo, you needn't fret so much. You'll make yourself sick with worry. However, I can totally understand where your worry might come from, especially in this scenario. Yeah, just where are we? Yes, that is the question. With my mind and heart at ease, I discussed this situation with Ashley. I told her that I woke up not long ago thanks to the provided alarm clock, and her experience was just the same. She, too, felt the dull pain of a lingering headache upon awakening. And she, too, felt a brief moment of confusion due to the unknown setting. I couldn't find any of my possessions in my room. I tried to find my phone to call you, but no luck. I don't have anything of note in my room either. I don't have any of my things with me, like my satchel or phone. It's odd, although there aren't any answers to the obvious questions like how did we get here, where are my things, etc., etc., I strangely feel comfortable here. I think it might be the super plush bed. Not gonna lie, I'd really liked it back home. We laughed among ourselves and decided to explore what seemed to be some sort of mansion. I still felt uneasy, but thanks to seeing a familiar face, I felt a little safer. I closed my room door behind me, noticing there was a plaque that was adorned with the symbol of my high school. Looking further down the hall, the various other door plaques shared the same features. I spotted Ashley's right away as well. It seems her room was just adjacent to mine across the hall. Looks like there are other students here as well. Other plaques with school emblems, I'm assuming. Seems that way. Although I haven't ran into someone yet. Not literally like you, of course. Well, other schools, I guess, are involved in this. I thought Ashley and us would be from the same school. I mean, maybe we are. I don't know. This soundtrack pretty good. Game name, please. Danganronpa Lapse. That's the name. Danganronpa Lapse. It's in the little thing down below. Also, just a little bit loud. Yeah, I don't know why I decided to get loud for this section. Let me see if I can fix that. There we go. Gonna leave it there, because holy moly. They just... you know, you can't blame them too much for having loud sounds. It is like a free game, so you can find it on itch.io or itch.io, however you wish to describe it. I don't know if it's on Steam. You could check. Very funny. The hall interior was all very ornate, with dark wood lining the walls and candle sconces lighting the path. The dark wood floor was covered in thick woven rug that created a path toward an opening in the hallway. I think I can hear some others down the hall. Ashley took the lead as we curiously walked through the hall, taking in the ambience as we gazed at the miscellaneous paintings of nature that hung on the wall. Let me just move this a little to the side so that I can see my thing there. Okay, there we go. The sound of lively conversation grew louder as we approached the connecting room. Ooh, nice. Right, love to be in a place like this at least one time. Sure enough, there were 3 other people having a lively chat in the foyer. Hey, you two! Good of you to make it. I was wondering how many other people were going to come around. You could just count how many doors with plaques there are in the living quarter hallway. Nah, I'm not attentive enough for something like that. I'll just figure it out from how many of ya I meet up with. You're always carefree, aren't you? Yeah, that's because I have good company with you lovely folks. Aw, come on. What's with the cold shoulders? I'm just here to have a good time. The person with the hat continued preoccupying his present less than willing company with his lively conversation. I quietly took in the atmosphere of the foyer before approaching the group. The main clearing was huge. It featured a shiny white marble floor extending onto two spiraling staircases on either side of its circular halls. An elevator resided in the center of the wall, opposite from the front door. A beautiful grand chandelier hung from the center of a marble ceiling just above a modest table at ground level. The wooden table itself was rather bare, only containing a decorative flower vase and a very polite note printed on a premium-grade cardstock. I have no clue what a cardstock is. Thank you for joining us on this momentous occasion. Please make your welcome official by signing and utilizing the bracelets that have been provided. Simply tap the bracelet to the digital kiosk that is located at the foot of the stairs. I lifted my left wrist to see the bracelet in question. It was a light, simple thing, a rose gold plate with my name on it strung into a bracelet with a small chain of the same color. I hadn't even noticed it until now. Ashley was admiring hers just as I did. Her bracelet hung on her right wrist, just above her own wood cuff bracelet. I looked over at the other students' wrists as well, and they all had the same thing, albeit presumably with their own names. What was the purpose of these things anyway? Rather than getting absorbed in wondering about the small decoration, I decided to join in small conversation. Hello there. Have you three already scanned your bracelets? Yes, we all convened here just a few minutes ago. I would recommend you scan your bracelets on the kiosk as well, since it grants access to rooms after their welcome. Oh, well then don't mind if I do. I went over to the aforementioned kiosk that was nestled strangely within the luxurious decor. The kiosk displayed a simple map of the first floor layout by default. The foyer led to 4 locations: the living quarters, the dining hall, the study, and the theater. I held up my wrist close to the screen and it quickly detected my bracelet, displaying a sparse summary of information, my name, and a profile picture. Echo Pine. Thank you for signing in. You may now roam the first floor freely. Your bracelets correspond to your room and your room alone. There are paramount to keeping your personal room and its belongings safe. Please take care of it. Please make yourself comfortable with all the given accommodations, and again, welcome. The screen went to the original map screen as it was before I scanned my bracelet. I stepped aside to let Ashley sign in as well, and in the meantime, go to introduce myself to the other students. Hey there, I'm Echo Pine, and this is my friend, Ashley Westbridge. Nice to meet you all. Likewise, I'm Arturo Campopino. I don't know how to say that. I kind of gave it an Italian accent. Arturo Campopino. Yeah, but just Art is perfectly fine. Miss Vesper, the pleasure is all mine. Canon Ota. Have you all met before? That would be a negative. Nothing like meeting a new friend though, right? Canon said nothing, instead letting out a sigh with absolutely no subtlety in hiding her annoyance towards Art's enthusiasm. I see. That said, you mentioned you two are acquainted. Oh yeah, we were pen pals the summer before high school started, and we just became close over time. That's quite endearing. Oh, thank you. I didn't expect that kind of answer from Missy. Maybe she's the type to secretly cry at romantic movies. Maybe. Who knows? She doesn't seem all that bad. Some people are just more what's the word? Professional, I guess, in their day-to-day. Well, if we're all signed in, why don't we visit the dining hall? I don't know about the rest of you, but I feel tea is in order after waking up. I'm in favor of that idea. I'd like to explore afterwards as well. Yeah, and I wonder who else we're going to run into. This is exciting. Missy walked briskly towards the dining hall, which was just opposite of the living quarters hall where we entered the foyer. Art followed quickly, after which just left Cannon back in the giant clearing. I'll explore at my own pace, thank you. Oh, okay. I suppose we'll see you later? With a curt and definitive statement, Cannon made her case, stating that she was going to stay put in the foyer. Ashley and I followed the other two in the dining hall, leaving Cannon to her business. The dining hall was rather small and intimate. A single longwood craft table and modest chandelier created the centerpiece, a black marble fireplace with a natural painting hanging just above decorated the far wall. The table setting bore 16 chairs, 14 on each side and 2 on the heads of the table. The table was already decorated with light accessories, candelabra, small vases for flowers, and an encyclopedia about ships. Nice. The room itself was connected to a small kitchen, one with the usual kitchen staple appliances, an oven, a refrigerator, a large dishwashing sink, a gas range, and all the utensils and tools one might need. A small storehouse pantry was off to the side with nothing of readily edible interest to the common person. Wow, this place is super loaded, huh? Art made a beeline for the 2 side rooms, poking in and out of the dining hall between the pantry and kitchen. Missy, on the other hand, gazed slowly around the at the dining hall itself. It's a very fine setting, but not so much that it feels oppressively high-end. Yep, everything looks to be in order for a good meal. Art finally stopped pacing around and sat at one of the seats, kicking his feet up on the table as he looked around the room. Missy noticeably shook her head at the action. But where is everyone? This place seats like a bunch of people, but there are only 5 of us. I wonder if no one else woke up yet. Maybe others ignored their alarms. Some people like to sleep in and all. I approached the natural painting above the fireplace, admiring the soft colors and brushwork. As I stood in front of it, the painting faded out to reveal what looked like an emblem. Following the display of the emblem screen, an announcement came from overhead speakers within the room, the voice silvery and modulated. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you have a lovely stay. Feel free to utilize the kitchen to your heart's content, or if you are unable to, you may use the automated cook feature by tapping your bracelet onto the kitchen's digital kiosk and selecting a meal. That would be sick. Can you imagine that? You just go to a hotel and it's just like, oh yeah, just use your bracelet, boop, and you can get like a cooked meal. Maybe there's just people hiding in the back, maybe there's like little kitchen elves. Just like how there's, little elves in your televisions and PC screens and whatnot. If neither of those suit your particular taste, you may consult your group's ultimate level kitchen hand. That's a hotel? I don't know. It feels like a hotel idea. We don't know what this place is. But I've definitely seen hotels that are more high-end. Like, they're fancier looking. As you can expect, they're a little bit expensive. The emblem disappeared, returning the screen to its initial artwork display. But what did that mean? What's an ultimate level kitchen hand? I turned to ask one of the other students, but it looked like Art had already figured it out. Or rather, figured something out. Whatever he started going on about next made no sense to me. Oh, I get it. This is the safe house a private group provided us since we signed up for the preservation project. Huh? You signed up to be here? Yeah, of course. If I guess correctly, we all seem to be ultimate students. I've seen bigger, she said the same thing. What? I didn't say anything about anything being bigger or smaller. What are you talking about? Are you tweaking? Man, I don't know what you're going through right now, but I feel for you, buddy, okay? I feel for you. Yes, I did. No, I said they tend to be expensive. You dong dong. L gaslight? L gatekeeping. What are you talking about? My back hurts. I like that pseudo like sci-fi music. There are some serious ultimate vibes in this room, don't you think? Yes, that seems to be the case. What's an ultimate student? Don't tell me you don't know. Oh man, what are you even doing here? Ultimate students are typical high school students that super excelled in their field of expertise. They are often scouted by groups with various intentions, virtuous or nefarious. They will often have a focused set of skills that makes their abilities desired to certain people, and with good reason. If there's a talent you can think of, there's probably an ultimate student out there that'll knock your socks off with their amazingness. So you're saying everyone here is super talented? You're kidding, right? You've been walking around this whole time with Ashley Westbridge, the ultimate jockey, and you didn't even know? Okay, I guess we don't know jack shit then, huh? Huh? Ultimate jockey? I don't really talk about my talents outside of my usual day-to-day. I've heard of Ashley Westbridge's accomplishments. She can wrangle just about any horse and ride them to victory. It's quite impressive to be able to tame such creatures in any variety nonetheless. However, I've read that you excel best with your main partner, Hyperion, a Pinto A Pinto Trackenhern. Trackener. I want to look at what kind of horse that is, because I'm confused. Let me look that up real quick. Pinto... What was it? Pinto Trackener? Trackener. Trackener. Oh, I see. It's okay, Gelato. It's okay, Jolo. Sometimes we gotta take our time with big words. Listen, I've never heard of that word before. Seems like your typical horse. I guess to just my normal people eyes, they are a normal horse. Oh my, I didn't realize my achievements were so widely regarded. It's a little embarrassing hearing others remark upon them. Wow, even so. I looked over to Ashley, who, despite the excelling grandeur, looked as modest as ever. Honestly, I just thought you were a typical horse girl. I don't know whether to find that humbling or insulting to my talent. So Ashley held the title of Ultimate Jockey, huh? I was curious to know what that implied. I never knew her to be particularly eccentric when it came to her lifestyle at the stables. For how long during our friendship did she have that title? Enough about me. What about you two? I admit I can't really put a talent to either of your names. With this newfound knowledge of the situation, I was curious to learn about the other students here. Let's go with Campopino. Your name is Art, right? May I ask what your talent is? Sure, I'm the ultimate golfer. You know what? He does kind of look like a golfer now that I think about it. Look at him, his getup. He's got that golfer fit. Without the polo shirt, though. That's what he's missing out on. I'll never miss my mark. Total holes in one all day, every day. Wow, how did you manage that? Now, I don't know. I can't stand having to put more energy into extra strokes, so I make the first and last one count. What kind of reasoning was that to become a pro golfer? That's an interesting way to go about it. I can't ever imagine being able to control a club like that. It took a lot of practice for sure. I used to golf a lot with my grandpa. It was all in good fun back in the day, so I guess I never really thought about it as work, you know? I flubbed a few times, sure, but who doesn't? Art seems to have taken a lot of pride with this title. It's admirable. Miss Vesper. What those individual groups or institutions do with the students is beyond me. I've not heard many stories of success or failure from anyone who's had the luxury of being accepted. In any case, don't take much stock in the title, is all I'm saying. I have to admit, though, I'm rather curious of the titles now that the subject has been brought up. That's understandable. I am the ultimate tactician. Ah, tactician. Nice. Tactician, like battle tactics? No, it's more like political campaign tactics and strategies, the less interesting of the two people usually think of. I've been at the forefront of numerous political campaigns and battles, many of which I've been employed to strategize against by opposing forces. Really? Aren't you basically manipulating the winner outcome then? And the choice is not mine, but the people's. I simply put the message out, framing it in the most self-beneficial way possible for each side. I think political campaigns can be interesting, but wouldn't Ultimate Campaign Manager be a more appropriate title? Well, I'm not the one who came up with the title. I see. Fair enough, you know? Fair enough. Missy seems to be a very self-assured person who doesn't seem to care much for the extravagance of an ultimate title. For the extravagance an ultimate title implies. Such captivating talents. I'd love to watch one of your games, Art. Aw, it's nothing. Yeah, I bet horse racing is much more interesting. Indeed, your feats of athleticism are quite impressive. Yeah, I admit, it's hard to imagine. It's really not such a big deal, Echo. Honestly, the whole Ultimate Students thing makes me feel a tad blown out of proportion. Sensing Ashley was done with the praise, I shifted the topic. Well, now that we're all acquainted, why don't we look around some more? Looks like there's more to be seen upstairs. Oh yes, it was a pleasure talking to you two. Don't be a stranger, we can explore together. Art's echoing voice sounded through the dining hall. Oh man, the kitchen features are so cool. The kitchen features are cool. What's this? Clunk. On second thought, I might keep an eye on Art for a little. I'm sure he won't mind the company. Alright, we'll see you around. Damn, bro was messing around and already got himself clunked. Ashley and I stepped out of the dining hall into the foyer once more. Kanan didn't stay for long. The foyer was devoid of her presence. Where to? There are stairs going up, but I think we should check out the entirety of this floor first. I was thinking the same. Why don't you pick where we go next? Sure. The other locations are the study and the theater. Log? Oh, okay, that's that. Menu. Let me save the game. There we go. Theater. Let's go to the theater. I want to check out the theater. I like theaters. I want to see how this fancy-ass place makes a theater look. Let's go to the theater. Ashley and I walked across the hallways to our next location, the theater. The theater was something to behold. Although it was a fairly intimate scene with few row seats and a medium-sized stage, it still had an air of elegance thanks to the decor. The rich red velvet curtains glowed underneath the gaze of a bright spotlight. The stage itself was occupied by 3 students who seemed to be having a heated discussion. You really want to stand by that theory? Hey, to each their own. I'm not knocking you for not thinking the obvious. Let's settle down, please. Absolutely not. I have no intention of changing my view of this scoundrel. Geez, scoundrel? That's cold, especially to a stranger. You two don't need to get so heated over something like this. It's an important matter between 2 strongly opinionated people. So we agree on that matter. Should I? Maybe I should cut in? What's going on here? The 3 turn around, surprised, presumably from not being able to see me at the unlit foot of the stage. There we go. Need you ask such foolish questions? We are discussing the dire and apparent questionable existence of this. The white-haired student crouched down to reveal a painting that was turned away from the audience. It was a framed picture that looked like a ink blot art. Huh. Oh, I see. You're trying to figure out what the painting is. Yes, and what do you see? Come on, guys, let's come down and watch the Minecraft movie since we're here. Shut up, bot. I'll frickin' end you. I'll end you if you bring that up again. This is a stage for a play, not even, like, would it just be the Minecraft movie but live action? Like, as in, not, you know what I mean by live action, like, as in, like, stage play. There we go. A stage play Minecraft movie. Chicken jockey. Google Docky. I forgot to read that, I think. Hold on. I stared at it for a moment, but looked up at the 2 patiently in all seriousness, waiting for my answer. I'll have to think about it. No immediate answer. Old people stage, never mind. I felt his judging eyes pierce my soul. It's a dog. Not everything has to be a dog. It's clearly an elephant. So, just a different 4-legged animal. The conversation seemed pretty heated. I might have better luck if I just talk to them individually. Let's talk to the apron-wearing student. She seems to be chill. The girl who was caught in the middle of the quarrel stepped down from the stage and left the other 2 to glare at each other in silence. Pandora Esper. Nice to meet you. I don't know Espere? That seems kinda Spanish, but it could be something else. Likewise, I'm Echo Pine. Echo Pine. I hope we get along. So, I was informed that this little group of students is composed of students that have ultimate talents. Do you happen to have a title of some sort? Oh yes, I am known as the Ultimate Baker. Yeah, apron, that makes sense. And yourself? About that, I don't seem to know. I don't think I have one if I'm being honest. That's no matter. It doesn't make you any more or less of a person. So, what do you think of the painting? What do you think the painting is? I'm not really sure myself, but for something as ambiguous as that, it can be whatever the viewer wants it to be. And n'est-ce pas? Oh, it's French. She's French! I suppose so. Perhaps it isn't the subject of this piece that is most important, but rather it is the emotions it conveys to the individual. Black and white are quite striking colors to work with, are they not? There's a lot of symbolism behind those 2 simple colors. But I can only wonder if the artist behind the piece enjoyed creating it. The art wouldn't have come to life otherwise, so I don't see why not. I agree. Pandora. She's such a warm presence. Yeah, warm colors too when you think about it, in terms of design. Her hair is like a lighter brown, her eyes are, you know, like a lighter green. Her like main shirt is sort of like an off-white. I guess it's a blouse technically, I'm not even sure what they call it, but yeah. At least part of her hair, it's kind of like chocolate swirl. It's like part of it is darker and then part of it is lighter. White-haired student. I visit the white-haired student on the stage. So, how about the painting? I think I do see the elephant. Ah, no need to feign understanding. I am quite self-assured that the painter's intention was to illustrate an elephant as abstract as it appears. Uh-huh. I stared at the painting a little longer. The more I looked at it, the more I willed it into being what he claimed was the true subject. I'ma be honest, dog, yeah, elephant, right? This is the trunk. Here you have like the ears and the body with the leg. I can see elephant. I don't see dog as much. Unless this counts as the tail of the dog, maybe. Despite being told what the subject was, I couldn't make out anything within the shapes. So, do you have an eye for this kind of thing? An eye for the abstract art? Ahime, my friend. I am not an ultimate artiste. I am the ultimate opera singer. Although there why is it, like, automatically going? Oh, it's because he's speaking fast. That's why. Although there is a rhetorical stating that the idea of the author is dead, so my interpretation is just as valid. Since interpreting is an art form as well, therefore, what I do as a performer could be an extension of the rhetoric. He rambled on about something a bit further from before stopping himself. Right. But where are my manners? Forte solo, charmed, I'm sure. Italian, I think. He gave a deep bow as he introduced himself, slowly rose, and went to look at the painting some more, indicating an end to the conversation. He sure has some interesting placed dramatic moments. Okay, dark-haired student, I cannot grasp what he might do. Like, I could guess that Forte was music-related. This gal, you know, bakery, I wouldn't have guessed. Like, apron could have meant, you know, painter as well, but there's no blotches on it, so... Painter or baker made sense that she was a baker. This guy seems... I want to try and guess what he might be, but maybe he's the more music-oriented guy. I approached the student wearing the fur-lined jacket. So, about the painting, I think I do see a dog. I don't have to lie. You don't have to lie. I don't care about what it is. In fact, I don't even know what the painting is either. So I just made something up. A dog is an easy thing to imagine. It's just the practice of pareidolia. Pareidolia? The act of perceiving a subject or significance where there is no meaningful interpretation. For example, seeing objects in cloud formations or hearing indistinct voices and random noise. In this case, seeing a dog in an abstract painting, dogs are common enough animals, yes? Who doesn't like to think about dogs? I stared at the painting a bit longer. The more I looked at it, the more I willed it into being what he said it was, even if he did make it up. Despite being told what the subject was, I couldn't make out anything within the shapes. Isn't it a little cruel to make something up when he's so intense about it? I just wanted him to explain why he saw what he did, but he truly wouldn't. So much for friendly discussion. To each their own, I suppose. Well, anyway, I'm just going around meeting everyone. I would tell you my talent if I had one. You don't have an ultimate title, or you can't remember. He seemed to be muttering under his breath about my last statement, but I paid him no mind and waited for his response. I am Lyle Termina, the ultimate puzzle master. Oh, he's a puzzle master. Okay, well, I'm a little dumb. A connoisseur of word puzzles, block puzzles, escape room puzzles, the like. Now, if you don't mind... Lyle returned back to the painting, ending the conversation abruptly. Puzzles, huh? Maybe he was trying to unscramble the shapes in that painting. Ashley and I left Forte and Lyle to have their spat in peace. Pandora stayed behind, trying to settle the two down. Phew, Forte and Lyle were kind of intense, huh? I'll say, I never really had a sharp eye for art, so what they were talking about is beyond me. And Pandora is brave for trying to calm them down. It takes a certain kind of person to want to intervene when things get heated, huh? Oh my goodness, I gotta stretch a little bit. I just gotta hit my mic with my entire chest. Meh. Let's go to the study next. Study. There's gonna be nerds in there. There's gonna be nerds. The study was cramped. Encyclopedias that filled the ceiling covered an abundance of subjects, ranging anywhere from medical to athletic. There was a small office corner provided for studying the tomes in relative ease. Who the hell uses the word tomes? And another digital kiosk stood off to the side, showing a searchable list of books in the study. Ashley observed the kiosk curiously as I gawked at the variety of reading material stuffed in the shelves. Oh wow, this equestrian encyclopedia was published only 2 years ago. I have an old version, so this could be really interesting. You could be excited about that. What, now that you know I'm the ultimate jockey, it all makes sense? No, you're still the same old horse girl I know, but with a fancy title. There were 2 other students taking residence in the library, one meekly hiding in the corner and the other calmly leafing through their book of choice. Aw, look at that, like the... I don't know if that's jewelry or if that is... I mean, I assume it's jewelry because it's kind of hanging, but it reminded me of those... What do you call them? They're not tattoos. I mean, it's kind of like a tattoo. It reminded me of something that is kind of like makeup that is applied. I think it's like an Indian thing, where in marriages, the women are applied some sort of like tattoo-esque makeup type of thing. I think it's Indian. I don't exactly remember. Let's talk to the meek one. I approached the meek student standing in one of the darker corners of the study. Hey there. Hey. Sorry to spook you. I was just going around meeting everyone, and I'm Echo Pine. Sticker tattoos you get from the grocery store? I guess, you know, that could be it too, but I don't think that's it. I think it's just some strange piece of jewelry. I feel like that would hurt though, like, if you ever, like, tilt your wrist upwards, it's just gonna poke you. I was dragged out of my room by that guy over there. He's... evil. I peered over at the aforementioned person who just looked to be calmly inspecting the rows of books. Fine, he didn't drag me out. I ran into him when I was wandering around. I just wanted to be alone in the study. She shot me a troubled glance after admitting her lie. Can you tell me about yourself? Me? I'm Seikono. I'm a watchmaker. Would you then by chance be called the ultimate watchmaker? I guess you could say that. I just tinker with watches and stuff. They go for really high prices apparently, but I don't really particularly care for the money. Well, you do dress kind of fancy, so I'm guessing you're putting that money for good use, huh? Someone once offered me 3 luxury cars for a single watch. You must have some very well admired craftsmanship. I guess so, but I can't even drive. What was I going to do with 3 cars? Fair, I guess. Fair. She clammed up and awkwardly turned back around to face the bookshelf corner. I didn't want to pry, so I just left her alone. Let's talk to the calm guy with the ripped up everything. The green-haired student noticed me approaching him and deftly flipped his book shut with one hand, giving me his full attention. Good morning. I immediately felt that attention to be near palpable from his focused gaze alone. Are you finding everything alright? The study has quite a pleasant atmosphere, wouldn't you agree? Oh, yes, it's very well accommodated. The study, as well as the rest of the facility, are all nicely prepared. Indeed, you could spend days in this well-kept study, enriching your mind in regards to whatever subject your heart desires. Does that sound like an inviting prospect? I don't see why not. A location for ultimate students should be in peak condition, right? This preservation project situation seems to be equipped for comfort. Ah, so you've been made aware of the preservation project? He hesitated, as if chewing meticulously on his next statement. Do you have an ultimate talent? If I'm being honest, I'm not sure I even know what my talent is, considering this situation seems to be revolved around it. Everyone I've met so far has some kind of talent. I admire your candor. Who knows, you might have some innate skills that you personally think are average. Is that so? I feel pretty ordinary, and I've never really been the center of mass attention for anything in particular. The skill might just require a specific habitat, so to speak. Luckily, this appears to be the ideal place and social environment for expanding upon such hidden abilities. However, I wouldn't worry much about it. Whatever underlying passion or talent you have is for you and you alone to enjoy. That's reassuring. I feel like I stumbled into something out of my league with so many skilled students. If you don't mind my asking, what's your special talent? It's hard to describe. I'm called the Ultimate Charisma. Cyrus Surik. Wow, that's just Cyrus in reverse. Cyrus Surik, by the way. He's the Rizzler. Nice to meet you. Back at you. A pleasure. I didn't really understand the implication of his title, but I could feel a sort of alluring presence to him. I suppose that's what charisma is. After meeting with the 2 students in the study, Ashley and I chatted about the other students. So we meet Say and Cyrus, a watchmaker and charismatic person, respectively. I suppose one could become talented at improving their characteristics if they wanted to. It could be similar to managing a brand, perhaps? Maybe. Regardless, they seem nice enough. Yeah, Sai seems sweet, if not a little shy. I want to walk inside a wooden building now that I saw that office. Wooden buildings, like with like nice wooden interiors and shit, or just buildings in general that have very nice wooden interiors, are just a vibe. And they have a certain smell to them too. My eye itches a little. After wandering around the first floor, Ashley and I paused in the living quarters halfway to gather our thoughts. So those are all the available locations on this floor. I guess the rooms are interesting enough but more importantly, I wonder just how many other students there are. Too many. That other student from earlier, Canon, just counted the doors, right? Why don't we go check it out? But who knows if there are more students on the other floors. There were stairs going up in the foyer, so we could check that area out too. And speaking of Canon, I wonder what her talent is. Wait, that aside, how did I never know you had a super talent in horse racing? Huh? Well, it just never came up. I knew a lot of people before you who didn't particularly care for how much time I'd spent at the stable and racetrack, so I just stopped bringing it up. cabins are actually super cool. You hope you can live in one someday. Yeah, cabins are alright. I like cabins, cozy little places. You kind of just chill out there. You have a nice little fireplace. The only downside, in my opinion, would be the bugs. I don't like the bugs. But otherwise, nice place. Besides, it's just easier to tell people I tend to horses. So what does being an ultimate level jockey imply? Does that mean you win a lot? Come on, Echo. I don't want to bore you with superficial numbers. I'll just say my win percentage is 44% and top 3 percentage is 84. I don't know what are those numbers supposed to mean? Anyway, I'm not just a horse girl. I have other pets too. Well, like your cat, Applejack? Of course you do remember Applejack. How can I not? She clawed up all my school vests. The deep ringing of a school bell rang across the halls, echoing throughout the building. Then an announcement came over that what seemed to be hidden overhead speakers in the ceiling. It is now 9 a.m. The second floor amenities are now open and will stay open until 7 p.m. Second floor? After the announcement, we saw Pandora filter out of one of the first floor rooms and into the halls. Oh, Ashley and Echo, would you like to visit the second floor with me? Sure, we were just wondering about it as well. By the way, did you get anything to eat from the dining hall? Huh? Oh no, I was a little distracted with the whole Ultimate Students thing. Oh, you're in luck. I made some croissants earlier. Here, help yourselves. She produced 2 items folded in cloth from her apron pocket. I accepted the small cloth-covered delight and unwrapped it carefully, revealing a small bite-sized croissant. A heavenly warm aroma filled the halls. From the fragrance alone, I was enveloped in the comfort of feeling the sun's rays on my skin. Ashley and I took one each and bit into the flaky, buttery dough. A piece of chocolate inside melted as soon as it hit my tongue. It was smooth and rich, contrasting the light and sweet crumb of the dough housing it. That's the ultimate baker for you. Whatever that French thing is. Why did they keep saying jockey? It's getting hard to not say it. Listen. It's just the way it is, man. You can't really... You can't... It's her title. It's the official title. That's what it's called. Why do you think chicken jockey comes from... Like, where do you think that word comes from? It's literally a chicken used as a horse. Therefore, the thing on the horse is jockeying the chicken. Jockey is the act of riding a horse, I guess. Jack Black said it first. That's like those kids that go like, oh my god, it's this character from Fortnite. And it's like, please, die in certain circumstances that shall not be named. Merci, but it's nothing at all. I just really enjoy baking. The look on people's faces when they smell delectably fresh bread coming out of the oven, the warm fuzzy feeling you get when you eat your favorite food, such a feeling is priceless. Pandora was right. After enjoying the croissant, I felt an intense nostalgia for my younger days, when I would spend summers running around outside, basking in the fresh afternoon sun. That was the power of an ultimate baker's delicacies, to invoke a warm and sense of familiarity. What a wonderful thing. Lovely. Nice. Wonderful. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I notice you two are quite close. Have you met before? I want to check on something. Is there a button for making sure that I can, like, get rid of the texts? Let's see. Okay, S is for screenshots. I gotta remember that. I'll have to remember to take one. But I wonder if it takes it with this. Hold on. Okay. Let me check my folders. Should be in this folder. Okay, it takes one, but not without the text. With the text, I'll have to keep that in mind. Is there a way to get rid of the text? I didn't see on the controls. Screenshot, autoplay, access, menu, toggle history. Right click to save, left click to continue dialogue, space to advance dialogue without selecting choices. Enter, okay. That's fine. Echo's my best friend. We've known each other for 4 years now. Ah, Sestres Mimi, a long friendship is something to be cherished. Definitely, Echo's always been there for me, even if they are a little worrisome. Hey, how could you say that? I'm just looking out for you. Okay, I kid, of course. I really appreciate your concern, but you should think about yourself sometimes too. Pandora smiles sweetly as we had our little back and forth. Sorry, why don't we get going? You're sorry? Ouch, friend-zoned in the video game? I'm sorry, Jello. I'm not even the one getting friend-zoned. There is no friend-zoning going on. They've been friends. We've had this established for forever now. What are you, there was nothing romantic going on between the two. You dingus, you ding-dong, you freshly baked little nugget of bread. No worries, shall we? It's okay, Chalo. Sure thing, but it's gonna be okay, is it though? The three of us walked back down the hallway towards the foyer, where the stairs to the second floor were. Hey, Pandora, did you meet anyone else this morning? Anyone else? I can't say that I have. So far, I've only been acquainted with you two, Forte and Lyle. Oh, sorry, I thought you might have run into a few others like we have. This morning I went to the dining hall within the theater. Unfortunately, Forte and Lyle kept me from going anywhere else with their argument. If we didn't see you, then you must have woken up much earlier than us, huh? That's correct. I suppose you could say my internal clock has been tuned to my habits, given my day-to-day life. I wake very early to make sure my dough from the night before has properly risen, prepared any glaces I might need, prep my workstation. Oh, but I must be boring you with my daily routine. No, not at all. It's fascinating, honestly. You're sweet, Echo. Perhaps I'll invite you to help me tomorrow morning. Hope you're awake at 4:30 a.m. Oh, sure. I can't promise I'll be fully awake, though. Pandora laughed slightly in jest as she went on her merry way up the stairs. Ashley and I followed suit, and we were met with another digital kiosk at the top of the staircase. The screen displayed another map, this time of the second floor locations, the atrium, the spa lounge, the climbing center, and the jazz club. What kind of mansion has a climbing center in it? Maybe the owner is an eccentric rock climber? I think the assortment of activities is presented to cater to unique talents of various students. In fact, the kitchen pantry has a wealth of resources. I was quite surprised to find such fresh and rare ingredients. I imagine other ultimate chefs would be pleased with the selection as well. And that's a good point. There was a theater in the first floor after all. Forte and other ultimate performers probably utilized the room as a place to further hone their skills. The preservation project. It seemed like this group wanted to accommodate a myriad of intense and unique students. I wonder what kind of group had the ability to provide such a vast selection of activities and resources. Where to first? I am curious about the climbing center. This mansion must be huge if it can house something exciting like that here. I'd like to see the spa lounge. It must be a lovely, relaxing place. Echo, why don't you decide? What? Okay. Let's explore. Let's save there and return. I can flip a coin! I haven't done that in quite a long while, actually. I can flip my special coin that I drop at least 3 times before I can finally catch it and, you know, count whether it's heads or tails. So, let's say heads is the lounge of spas, and then tails is the center of climbing. I didn't drop it this time. Heads, so the spa lounge it is. Let's explore the spa lounge. We inspected the map for a route to the spa and made our way there in no time at all. The spa lounge was serene and welcoming. A shallow pool was laid into the marble floor. A mesmerizing opalescent ceiling mirrored the pool above it. Several simple relaxation loungers lined the walls for general leisure. Off to the side was a storeroom stocked with the perfumey inventory of scented oils, bath soaks, and skincare products. Just by the storeroom doorway sat a familiar kiosk. I'd love to spend some time here. Pandora sat in one of the lounge chairs, stretching her arms above her head before relaxing her hands on her lap. But now that I think about it, are facilities like this meant to be self-run by the residing students? Pandora brought up an interesting observation. The kitchen offered fully automated meals, but they still provided the option of having the students utilize the kitchens and tools. Peeking into the storeroom, I saw a separate hallway for individual private rooms labeled for certain service facials, massage, aromatherapy. Hey, you might be right. There are all these little specialized rooms with all sorts of specific equipment. If you consider my talent in arts, there might be a racetrack or golf course outside, along with other outdoor recreational talents like angling or skiing. Perhaps that would be a very exciting prospect. That could mean all the other facilities and activities have features that are tuned accordingly to certain talents. Yeah, just from a glance, I figured the study was just a library, but I suppose there are resources there as well that are fitted for talents that require research or writing. To think such an extraordinary place existed to benefit the many pursuits of equally extraordinary people. So, either of you do anything special to train for being an ultimate student? Je ne pense pas. Though some could say I bake too much, I simply suspect my pastries have ended up in the right hands for me to be considered. I don't really do anything special either. I also race quite a bit, but most of my time is spent plainly practicing. Like Pandora, there may have been a scout in the audience. I honestly couldn't say. I see. Just putting in the hours, so to speak, huh? Perhaps you were just lucky enough to have been selected for this opportunity to meet others cut of the same cloth, right? I couldn't agree more. I'm very charmed to be in such a delightful company. Neither of them seemed to do anything particularly intensive to earn their title. I wonder about the others, whether or not they were talented or if they too were just lucky enough to be selected. After taking a beat to relax in the spa lounge, we made our way to the climbing center. Next. Ay, Dios mío. The climbing center was vibrant, spacious place. Bleh. The artificial rock and arc formations that carved the walls reached upwards of what looked to be 3 stories high toward a bright, naturally lit ceiling. Off to the side was a preparation locker room full of ropes and harnesses, as well as a small vending machine full of drinks and water bottles. Whoa, this place is huge. I can't imagine how anyone gets up there. I craned my neck up, inspecting the array of colorful grips that dotted the spiraling, ascending surface. The hanging ropes disappeared into the distance of the light. The world is certainly full of interesting people and talents. Where there's a will, there's a way. Pandora poked out from under one of the arch formations, just as taken with the incredible height as I was. That's for sure. I'm an athlete, but I can't say I excel here. And I don't really have a good tolerance for heights. Me neither, girl. If you don't mind my asking, how did you two discover your talents anyway? Ashley pondered the question for a second. Yeah, I was raised in the countryside on a farm, so it probably came to me like second nature. As a child, going to the racetrack with my father was honestly just another errand, that is, until he let me ride the horses myself. I felt a love for the exhilarating competition at that point. I was homeschooled by my mother, but one a teacher and one a prolific baker. Oh, my mother's. She's got gay moms. Your mom's gay. I don't know why saying that was funny to me. They taught me everything I know about baking. I also cherished the enjoyment people felt when tasting my baked goods. Eventually, I too felt a love for the task at hand. Woke game. What the fuck? That's what you say. I didn't say that. The audience said that. The audience being you, bot. Me when two moms? What about two dads? What about two parents? What about two... I don't know what else. Wow, you two are truly incredible. Echo, you're an incredible person too. Don't let labels deter you from speaking to us as anything but your peers. Huh? I don't know about that. Yeah, Echo, don't think too much about the title stuff. We're still people, you know? Don't think too much about title stuff. Such a remarkable feats would be difficult to put aside. They were so humble when talking about their ultimate talents. I wonder if I could ever measure up. Me when I look at anybody that has more views than me. Wandering about to our last destination, we finally came across the jazz club. Bro, this place looks snazzy. I like it. It was a welcoming venue. Warm furniture and lighting gave the room an air of casual elegance. Table settings for the audience occupied the majority of the space, with a small stage in the corner for the performers. The close proximity between the two made the scene that much more intimate. I'm a tired boy. A small green room was behind the stage curtains, and connected to it was the equipment and instrument storage. You'll get Twitch affiliate soon enough, Jalo. Guess who's gonna sub first? I wouldn't even have anything to sub for, because I don't have any clue as to like what the hell to like do when it comes to little, you know, emotes and whatnot. I'm not an artiste, you know. I'll have to buy some or some shit. That, and you know, I don't tend to have a lot of people, like, quote-unquote, a lot. I don't make that, I don't reach the average number needed to reach affiliate. But Jalo. The bar opposite the stage had shelves upon shelves of beverage locked behind a sturdy glass case. Pretty classy atmosphere, huh? I wonder how many ultimate talents have toured this room for performances. Many, I'm sure. It's well kept in among the rest of the rooms, so it'd be no surprise one would feel comfortable here. Then a thought crossed my mind. Do you think I could be some kind of ultimate jazz performer or ultimate bartender? Have you ever handled an instrument before or mixed beverages? No, but who knows? Maybe if I pick something up, I'll suddenly be stricken with an ultimate talent revelation and play like a pro. Cyrus said maybe it's an innate trait waiting to be discovered. It just occurred to me that perhaps these rooms aren't just for students with existing skills, but they could also be a sandbox for budding talents. I suppose there's no harm in trying. Why not? I'd like to see the moment a talent has been realized. Relieved that they supported my odd idea, I felt a strange confidence rising. Cheerfully, I went behind the stage and picked up an instrument I thought would suit me. Ashley and Pandora both took a seat in the front row and watched in anticipation. I felt like a kid going through a toy box with how many options there were. I feel like somebody's gonna just barge in here and be like, oh my god, that awful fucking sound! Stop that shit right now! Somebody's gonna come in here and just be mad. Oh, how about this cello? Oh no, there's definitely gonna be somebody that comes in here. There's always like one cello musician that's like kind of pompous and whatnot. Go for it. Pandora gleefully cheered me on as I gripped the bow and placed my fingers on the strings across the neck. I laid the bow across the strings. I was nervous, but if what Cyrus said was true, that my talent was waiting to be discovered, I couldn't wait to realize it. I took a deep breath and drew the bow. And then... squeak! The sound I created tore through the air like a giant rubber duck being unceremoniously stepped on. Before the text got on the screen, I did see numbers on the sleeve of our character here. It was awful. I saw Ashley and Pandora flinch from the sound, but they still put on a brave face for my sake. I chuckled nervously and gently placed the instruments back where it originally was. I took a screenshot. I guess it's not it, huh? I wobbled off the stage and plopped down wearily at the table with Ashley and Pandora. I was beyond embarrassed. Don't despair. You just haven't found it yet. Yeah, Echo. Not just anyone can handle an instrument. I mean, I thought that thing was supposed to be played like a giant guitar. I'm surprised you even know how to approach holding it. I've seen performers before, so I just imitated what I saw. That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck out the airway. Exactly, bro. Bro just didn't have it. Oh, that makes sense. Pandora held my hand in a firm grasp. Listen, we're going to find out what your talent is. I remember that one time I had my hand held by a girl. It was because we were playing a prank on somebody. Well, anyways, if we have to play 100 instruments poorly, at least we'll know we're one step closer to reaching our goal. Pandora reassured me and Ashley gave me a warm smile. Thanks, you two. Come, let's keep exploring. Elevator. We left the jazz club. Outside the door, we ran into an unperturbed Cyrus and Lyle in the hallway at the foot of the entryway. Hello there, having a fulfilling time exploring? Yeah, totally. I felt a little exasperated from the shallow mishap, but tried to play it off as best as I could. What's up with you? Don't tell me you're already tired. There's still a lot to explore. Lyle, please, this isn't a race to make ourselves familiar with all the different rooms. No, we were just about done over here anyway. It was just my luck that the room appeared to be soundproof. Based on their lack of adverse reaction, it seems Cyrus nor Lyle heard the disastrous sounds of a cello being poorly utilized. Then the sound of ringing and a voice rang through the speakers. Your attention, please. All students assemble in the second floor atrium for a special welcome ceremony. It took me a second to read that one. The five of us collectively made our way to the requested location, chatting about our discoveries along the way. I don't know why I made that noise. Ooh, nice place to walk around. The end of the second floor hall fed directly into a spacious airy locale. I remember going to a zoo that had this like one large section that was for butterflies and whatnot, and it was literally just flowers and trees and whatnot, and it was so nice. I believe it was a New York. Was it in New York? Yeah, it was a New York Zoo. I don't remember if it was like the New York Zoo or just a New York. It was definitely in New York City. So probably like the New York City Zoo. I would have to look it up because maybe seeing a couple of pictures of it would kick up a couple memories. It was a long while ago. Natural light poured in from the high-class glass ceiling. The lush trees that framed the circular lobby reached towards the sky, well past the ring of decorative plants that occupied the second floor. Small shrubbery lined the base of the trees in a circular fashion, following and framing the ellipse shape of the room. A well-maintained living wall lined the first floor's foundation. A bronze globe at the very center of the atrium drew the room together. Light and warmth flooded my body, filled me with serenity. You went to a place like that, but it was a museum? Ah. Museum with like a... Yeah, I could see that. I don't think I've gone to a museum that's got a locale like that. There was one museum that I went to that was about Native American history, partially. I think it was technically like a natural museum, one of those like... What did they call it? I guess it's like a natural, whatever the hell museum. And there's like this one section with like longhouses in it, and that was kind of cool. And you got to like walk around, see the little statues of people in the longhouses. You could like go inside. It was pretty cool. Whoa! A familiar, excitable voice cut through the air, disturbing the serenity. Check this place out. Dang, wouldn't it be awesome if they had a mini golf setup in here? How cute would that be? Plenty cute. Yeah, sure, whatever. Art and Missy entered the atrium and from the foyer stairway entrance. I was surprised to see Missy still hanging with Art, although along with timid Sei trailing behind them no less. Slowly, our populace gathered in the center of the atrium hall. Cannon and Forte leisurely made their way in much later than the rest of us, but arrived regardless. Golf ditched that guy. I'm surprised he didn't say that earlier, considering we learned about that, like, basically he's the first person we learned about, other than Ashley, obviously. I saw all the students I had previously met, but afterwards no one else came. Kind of a tiny class, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... No, there were 10 of us, including myself. Never mind, I miscounted. There were 10 of us, including myself. Art whispered the same observation I made. It was true that our class was rather small, but where were we really going to be doing any learning here? I conceded calling a group of students a class was only appropriate. A hologram visual was present from the centerpiece globe. A familiar voice came in front of the overhead speakers. It was the same announcer from earlier in the dining hall. That isn't 11. 10 including yourself is 10. This is a special announcement indicating the welcome of all present students. The Preservation Project Group would like to humbly welcome you all to your provided safe house. As you are well aware, the safe house has been sequestered off from the growing concerns of disaster. You need not worry any longer of those concerns here. Disaster? I peered across the room to see expressions of affirmation. Everyone seemed to have relating concerns. Shush? You're telling yourself to shush, you know. I knit my brow. As ultimate students, we've provided you with the best amenities and environments to most efficiently cultivate your skills and talents in utter safety. You may utilize the facilities to fulfill to the fullest extent during the requisite hours. However, do not think of this simply as a safe house. This location is more than equipped for you to thoroughly indulge yourselves with exquisite experiences. You are invited to enjoy yourselves freely. Welcome all to the Apothegum. Awesome! Art audibly pumped his fist in the air. Although no one else displayed such a loud presentation of excitement, the other students were vividly talking amongst themselves at the prospect of such a blessing regardless. And the projection cut out as the announcement concluded. The students began to wonder again, likely to try out what the climbing center and the spa lounge had to offer. And everyone seemed to be breaking into their own groups while I stood still. I was excited, but a feeling of uncertainty stirred in the depths of my mind, suffocating my enthusiasm. Did I really belong here? As far as I knew, I wasn't an ultimate student. No talent, no intense talents, no masterful skills, not even interesting experiences. I started to feel sick with anxiety. Hey Echo, I'm going to the spa with Pandora. Would you like to join us? Ashley's voice brought me out of my thoughts. No thanks. You two go ahead. I'm actually feeling a little tired from all the running around. I think I'll just take a nap. Ashley looked at me with silent, understanding eyes. Alright then, if you change your mind, you know where to find us. She gave me another quick hug before pairing off with Pandora. Ash, why didn't you tell me about your talent? I muttered under my breath before sulking off. I'm sulking off. I'm such a child at times. I trudged down the stairs back to the first floor foyer. There I saw Canon, I forget, that's what I'm going with, Canon. I don't know if that's how we're supposed to pronounce her name, but Canon it is. I saw Canon in almost the same position she was in when I first met her. She didn't tell me if she had an ultimate title when we introduced ourselves. Perhaps she doesn't have one either? I thought about approaching her to ask, but my throat felt dry. I didn't feel like being disappointed in the case she did have an ultimate talent. I quickly turned the corner before Canon could notice me when... Click. I heard the sound of a shutter clicking. Turning around, I saw Canon developing a picture from an instant camera. Huh? How did you have a camera? What do you mean, how? I just thought we were disallowed our personal possessions. I didn't have anything in my room, and when I asked Ash, she didn't have anything in her room either. I am a photographer. I need my tools, don't I? So, are you the ultimate photographer? Canon didn't reply. Canon, isn't that a fucking... Hold on. Let me search up something. This is gonna be dumb if this is true. Oh my god. Okay, Canon, spelled with a C, is a camera. I fucking... It just took me now to realize this shit. Sure, her name is Canon, but instead of C, like the brand name Canon, it's K. Okay, sure, why not? You know, it's... That's something, I suppose. That's certainly something. Oh, goodness gracious me. Alright, let's continue on for the last couple of minutes. Because I think we'll find ourselves a. Canon means camera? No, Canon is a brand of camera. And her name is like Canon, but with like a K instead of a C, which is the brand name, like Canon. You could look it up. Just literally look up Canon camera, and it's like it's a brand of cameras, or I guess like a company name. You know what I mean, like a brand. She didn't reply. She just bowed her head once in a slight nod. And then that picture you just took, she reluctantly handed me the developed photo. just Echo walking around. Her photo captured the moment I had begun to turn down the hall to avoid speaking to her. I thought she hadn't noticed me. This is... I know what you're thinking. It's a horrible picture of you. I know it is, because it's not a picture of you, per se. Confused, I stared at the photo longer. I'm not a portrait photographer. I specialize in a composition form called Rückenfigur. Okay, she's German, which translates literally to back figure in German. I don't expect you to understand. I think I've heard about that before, actually. I don't think I've heard of the name, but I think I've, like... There was a phase I had. I have a camera. I was trying to figure out, like, photography, because I was sort of into the idea of, like, maybe doing photography. And I think I learned about back figure photography, but I didn't know it had, like, a German name. I never really did anything with that, by the way. I still have the camera, and I never really used it for much. I tried to sell it, and didn't actually manage to do that. So it was basically a waste of money. Cost $200. That shit was dummy expensive. And I think it was not even that good of a camera either, which is funny. I need to piss. I listlessly handed the photo back to her. That's interesting. Canon silently took the photo and stuck it in her pocket before occupying herself with the camera once more. But I admit I didn't make an attempt to sound enthused. In truth, I wasn't. Canon did have an ultimate talent after all. Ah, that's the... I need to answer a text. Hold on. Okay. If that was the case, what was I doing here? My heart and mind were racing. Am I just an anomaly? Was this all a mistake? Did I accidentally just take the spot of an actual ultimate student was meant to take? No way. You have a sister who was in her photography phase not too long ago? Ah. Did she have fun at least? My voice croaked in desperation. Bring the mic when I piss, no. This lavish mansion was meant to protect ultimate students, those students and their wide-reaching, influential skills. Those students who were dexterous masters of their craft. Those students whose charismatic aura reassured my averageness. The students who created nostalgia-inducing delights. Those students who won races upon races with pure skill. Our Echo here is kinda thinking about this a little too much. A repulsion rose in my stomach. I felt my breath shortened, my chest tighten. Suddenly I felt weak. What's wrong with you? You're shaking. Oh. Whoops, let me read the log. What's wrong with you? You're shaking. I barely heard Canon. I leapt for the front door. I needed to evacuate myself from the overbearing presence of the people who accomplished near impossible feats at such a young age. I was just an insignificant bug who wandered into the lion's den. I can't compete. I don't belong here. I grasped the door handle so tightly I saw my knuckles turn white. But soon, I only saw black. And I think we'll save it right here because I must go and prepare my nutrition alongside with pissing. I do have to do that as well. So I will bid thee farewell, my kindred. I hope you all have a great rest of your mornings, afternoons, evenings, and nights, wherever and whenever you are. May the gods bless you. May the stars shine in your honor. And thank you for being here. It was pleasant to see you, Bot. I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye. That was chill, I agree. Bye-bye.